Hello, everybody. The Army of Light Earth Division, the boots on the ground. It's Shawna L. Francis, and today is Friday the 13th, October 13th, 2023. Thank you so much for being here, guys, for the weekly briefing. Super late. I'm so sorry. I've missed you guys. It's definitely been weird not making a video. I think this is number 30. Did I have 30 last week? Anyway, glad you're here. Thank you, team. Yeah, I had jury duty earlier this week. Out of 250 people, I was one of the lucky ones to get chosen to actually hear a trial. So that happened. That was my first time doing that. And I have to say, it was kind of interesting. It was good to participate at that level and get into the details and work with peers to try to come up with a resolution. We actually were a hung jury. We couldn't agree. It was 3-3, split evenly, and we deliberated for deliberated for 4 hours and couldn't come to an agreement. So it's considered a mistrial, which I'm fine with. All's well. Things are going well for me. I'm just feeling more and more centered and grounded into this idea that there's just no fear. There's just no fear. Things that used to worry me and kind of keep my mind kind of busy and distracted, they're just not there anymore. So I feel like I'm making really good progress in terms of just being more at peace, being more in the moment, allowing things to happen and looking for the opportunities in anything and everything that's coming my way, everybody I meet, situations that are occurring around me or to me or with me. So I am just feeling so good, really, really good, even though it's been kind of an off week this week. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? So today, for this weekly briefing, what I want to do is talk about what Melchizedek had to say yesterday about this Hamas attack, the Israeli-Hamas. Really, it's a war that's going on right now. And probably most of you have seen these awful videos of what's been going on, what's been happening, and reading about it. You know, it's had me really quite upset, actually. Just like, how as a light worker, how do we maneuver this? How do we regard this? What do we do for ourselves? What do we do for the collective? So I took the time yesterday to ask Melchizedek about this, and they had such a beautiful, perfect response for it. So really, this is what I'm going to focus on for this video today. And it's about 860 words, so not that long. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just about looking for the viewpoint of whatever might be happening that just seems so horrific, looking for this viewpoint of the bigger picture, knowing that we are all one, knowing that we are all doing the best we can here and in lesson and all the karma. Even though for our 3D selves, it's going to be so hard to understand this, I really do feel like Melchizedek's words help put some context to this and certainly made me feel a little better about what's going on and also just some tangible direction on how to regard this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this right now. So what I said to Melchizedek, I said, about this Israeli-Hamas war that has begun, I said, it's just horrific. I said, it just seems like humanity again at its worst, at its worst. Is this part of the negative reptilian regime's plan to keep us all divided and in fear, I asked? Or is it just one big, long, drawn-out scheme that's been in place for so long, just coming to the head once again? Again, just thinking about the Gaza Strip and all the conflict that's been there for so many decades. I said, or is it something different than that? And then I said, what advice might you have for us light workers, excuse me, to see these images and understand how terrifying and awful horrific this is? What can we do today in this moment to help lift the field? And how might we choose to think about this conflict as a light worker? And here's what Melchizedek had to say about this. Shawna, thank you so much for asking these questions. It is with a heavy, heavy heart, as they say, that we address this situation with you, dear ones. We as Melchizedek can fully appreciate and understand the horrific nature of these acts and the atrocities being committed by one human against another human, regardless of the devastation these acts cause, not only in the immediate situation, but collectively worldwide. They said here, there is pain here, sorrow and anger, such suffering, such a travesty. So many belief systems, emotions, ways of being, societal norms, the pressures of life, and being blind to one's own divinity. This truly lays at the foundation of a conflict such as this. First, not recognizing the divinity in one's self, not recognizing the truth of oneself. And just a sidebar here, when Melchizedek talks about the divinity, really it is about recognizing that all of us are divine, all of us are the Godhead, all of us have the capability to embody Christ consciousness. We're all of source, we're all unified in that way. And they continued here. You all walk these paths together, but somehow you can be so far apart. As a light worker, you want to first look in the mirror. What you see before you, outpictured in physical form, is a lifetime of learning, of conditioning, of observing, making decisions, forming opinions, forming your belief systems, trials and errors, happiness, sadness, and everywhere in between. Such a simple reflection cannot convey the layers upon layers of experience one has in a lifetime. And then you layer upon all of your karmic balancing, your pre-life agreements, your missions, your lessons. This is a world in transition, they continue. All of this is predicated on your ability to view the manifest world through new eyes. These are the eyes of the higher self, or of the oversoul, or the monad, if you will, having the ability to at once be rooted firmly here as your small self, in embodiment, living this very much earthly life, while at the same time bringing your viewpoint way up and taking in the totality of all experience, of all existence, at least here in the human realm of planet Earth. Knowing yourself as a singularity, as well as part of a larger collective, and then even beyond that, friends, much, much larger realms of existence, all the way up to source, allows you to bring a perspective, actively choose a perspective that does not contribute to the fear and the pain that helps to contribute to such atrocities. You are saying, yes, I see what is happening. I understand this to be of a lower nature. I understand how fear and the myriad of expression that comes with fear can impact a person's experience and their decisions. Shawna, they said, this is not necessarily specific to the negative reptilian regime and their subjugation and influence, though they do very much contribute to the field that makes such acts even a remote possibility. They help to create the environment that would have one believe that there are no other choices than to war and to attack, and to rape and to pillage. They've set the stage perfectly for this low level of expression through fear. And while it is an absolute travesty, as all warring is, As those of you who have said yes to this path, this illumined path of the light worker, you hold all in love. You hold all in grace. For not all can see nor understand their choices in the larger context of love and unity. So you help do this for them, dear ones. And your holding of them in your hearts, close to the bosom, helps to lift the entire field and will help keep humanity moving forward on this trajectory to higher states of consciousness and a recognition of the divinity in all of existence. Dear ones, do not be afraid. Allow the grace of God to fill your hearts. Allow Christ consciousness to fill your minds. See the bigger picture here and be in service by choosing love when others cannot see that this is a choice for themselves. We as Melchizedek stand with you with these intentions, and we hold you close as the trembling continues to help crumble and expose faulty infrastructure. Thank you for your efforts, dear ones. We love you. We walk with you. We flank you on all sides as you walk this illumined path with your torches held high. All right. That made me cry. So powerful. Because again, I'd really been struggling with how to approach this type of thing, knowing what we're here to do, knowing how important our work is, knowing that every single person who has chosen the path of light to be of service as a light worker, a bringer of light, a way shower, somebody who can anchor high vibration, how critical it is not to succumb to the fear or the anxiety or the pain and just, it's just an unbelievable situation to see that we still do these kinds of things. It's unconscionable on some level. But here we are, team. And as Melchizedek, the Galactic Federation of Light, all the guides have been talking about these dark times, how the negative reptilian regime are upping their game. As the light here increases, as the frequency increases here, they're going to get more, they're going to be more focused on counterbalancing that light with darkness. So while Melchizedek is saying that they're not directly responsible for what's going on here, they have set the stage. They have created this environment of scarcity, lack, fear, anger, betrayal, all the things that go along with fear, all the expressions that go along with fear, including the anger. So what do you guys think? How do you feel about this? Holding all of them in light, everybody. I think it's quite beautiful, and I know we can do it. I know I can do it. I encourage you all to take time each night, each day, in the morning, in the afternoon, evening, whenever it works for you, to sit down and just blanket that entire area with love. Just imagine your heart opening and just flooding that entire area with beautiful white sparkling light. Everybody who's involved, including all the leaders, everybody who's actively fighting, everyone who is running for their lives right now, everyone who's lost their lives already. And anyway, you get it. But yeah, not always easy, team, but it is, it's what we're being asked to do. And it's not something that comes natural. We need to learn these things. It takes practice. I mean, this is, frankly, I needed to ask, like, how do I feel about this? What do we do in these situations? And I'm sure it won't be the first. Okay, team. Well, it's kind of a short and sweet video today. I'm going to be traveling. I'm actually, next week, I'm also going to be on the road on Tuesday, our normal day for these videos, Tuesday nights. So I have a feeling I'm going to be off on my schedule for the weekly briefing next week as well. And then I'm going, after I'm done in Wyoming, I'm going to, um, I'm going to Mexico. Did I tell you that I'm leaving in the morning? I can't remember from the beginning of this video if I mentioned that I'm traveling. So I'm traveling tomorrow out of town for probably a month, going to Wyoming to visit my aunt and uncle, and then I am headed to Mexico and actually to see one of the Army of Light members who'll be there for her birthday. I'm so excited to meet you in person. And then I've got some other friends coming down, and then I'll be back. So, but we'll get back on a good schedule here with these weekly briefings. Maybe not next week, but the week after. All right, guys. I love you all so very much. What you're doing is important. Keep up the great work. Okay, team, I'll see you next time. Mwah.